That's gross, Mandy. It still smells fine. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all about drugstore makeup, but even better, I am sharing with you guys my top 5 budget makeup brands. Now we're not just talking drugstore here. You have your high-end stuff, your drugstore stuff, and then your budget stuff. This is the stuff at the drugstore that is even cheaper than the majority of the other drugstore makeup. I have 5 brands that I love that fall into this category. We're gonna rank them today. I'm gonna share with you guys some of the products within each of those brands that I really enjoy. I do have some criticisms. I think when you're buying budget makeup, there are always a few criticisms, but we're gonna go over it all today. It should be a fun one. Hope you guys are excited. Before we get into the makeup, I wanna wish any new visitors here a very special welcome. So happy to have you here today. Hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave, and most importantly, make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss out each time I upload a new video. And with that, let's get right into my budget makeup brands. Coming in at number 5, I had to go with the brand LA Girl. This is a really good brand from the drugstore. You can buy this brand at both Target and also at Ulta. There might be a handful of other places. You can find some of their stuff at like random dollar type stores once in a while. They make some really great stuff. They've been around for a long time, and I think they've come a long way in the quality of their makeup. I don't have a ton of stuff from this brand, which is why they're ranked at number 5, but a handful of things from them are staples for me. Their lip liners and eyeliners in particular are phenomenal. I have not tried one that I did not like. So I have a couple of lip liners of these, the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Wear Auto Liners. I think the shade Nonstop Nude, which I don't have right now. I bought a backup and I lost my backup, and now my original is up in my purse. It stays in my purse at all times. So it's up there right now. This is the shade Forever Bare. Nonstop Nude is my very favorite nude lip liner shade, probably of all time. They last really well. They're retractable, so you don't have to sharpen them. They're nice and creamy, but they're also not so creamy that they're gonna feather really badly. These are kind of like a good hybrid between a creamier lip liner and something a little bit more waxy along the lines of like the Charlotte Tilbury. Not quite that stiff, quite that waxy, but they kind of remind me of that type of a formula. Fantastic. They're under $5. They are amazing. And then recently I tried out one of their Shockwave lip liners. This one is in the shade Mauve. It is such a beautiful, perfect shade. I'm actually wearing this one on my lips just to slightly overline the center bottom and top portion of my lips. I have a lot of other lip products on that we'll get into a little bit later, but it's amazing. The shade is so great. Such a good basic kind of mid-tone cooler nude pink. I love shades like that. They tend to go with anything, even if you're putting something warmer on top like I did today. They still work really well because they have that cool undertone that mimics a shadow. So if you're overlining your lips, it works better to have something that's slightly more cool in tone, in my opinion. I've kind of found that. I also have one of their Ultimate Intense Wear eyeliners. This is the brown version. This definitely doesn't get as much use from me as my Wet n Wild eyeliner that you guys know so much about, but these are really good. They're really creamy. If you want something that's not, that you don't have to sharpen, this would be my number 1 recommendation. It's quite rich, quite pigmented, but it's not so thick and gel-like that it moves around. Sets in place really well, lasts really well, and I love the warm, dark brown shade. So pretty. I've also been impressed with some of their eyeshadows. I don't have a ton of their eyeshadow palettes. I know a lot of people have recommended many of their palettes before. This is one of their newer Foreplay eyeshadow palettes in the Juicy shade. I liked this one. The quality is really great. I didn't end up loving the color story as much as I thought I would. Love the mattes right here, and then the shimmers I just kind of thought were a little bit, I don't know, not the undertone that I like on me. They were a little bit too yellow for the inner part of my eye. I'm very picky with where I will place a yellow on my eyes and what type of yellow I'll use. But the formulas are great. I've tried another palette from them before that's more of a nude palette, and I really liked that one. They have a lot of other great palettes. Some of their larger palettes I've had my eye on for a long time. Just haven't gotten around to trying one yet, but it's definitely something I would consider picking up. They also have their HD concealers that have been around for a really long time. I mean, long before I even started my YouTube channel. I have a couple of those up in my car actually. I don't use them on the regular, but if you're looking for a budget concealer, you're interested in this brand, they are really good. So had to mention them. There's more stuff from them I'd like to try out. I haven't tried out a mascara from them. I haven't tried out a lip gloss or a lipstick from them. I did notice they had some of those available. Also brow products I haven't tried out from LA Girl, and I know a lot of people love their, is it their Shady Slim brow? I know they have some brow products that people love. Maybe I'll have to do a dedicated video where I try out some more things from them, because everything I've tried so far has been really amazing. For my 4th ranked brand, I had to go with BH Cosmetics. I am such a fan of BH Cosmetics. I know that they're kind of hard to find. You can find them on Ulta's website occasionally. You can find them in stores. Is that true? Maybe you can't find them in stores at Ulta anymore. Honestly, I never go inside an Ulta anymore. I order everything online, which I kind of hate. I feel like we kind of got conditioned during the pandemic to kind of behave that way, and it's kind of hard to go back. Anyways, I love the brand BH Cosmetics. So many good things. I've never tried out something from them that was just a complete dud when it came to its quality, like the quality of the product itself. Mainly the stuff to highlight are their eyeshadow palettes, and then this product right here. You guys probably know if you've been watching me for a while, I'm always raving about their Spotlight and Highlight palette. This is basically just a gigantic multi-panned highlighter. Kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palettes. I actually haven't even tried those myself, but I don't feel the need to, because this is one of the best, not just highlighters in my entire collection, it's one of my most used, most valued makeup products in my collection. I use it all the time. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is absolutely disgustingly filthy because I'm constantly reaching for this thing. I've had it for about 3.5 years now. Every single shade in here I can use. Even this one right here, which looks kind of dark like it wouldn't be for my skin tone, I can get away with using this either on my eyes or combined with one of the lighter shades. It's really fun to play with. The formulas are so great, so reflective and metallic. I do have a couple, I think I use this whole row right here together on my cheeks today. I have a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I have some on like the top of my lip. I think I put a little bit up on my brow bone. I just throw this stuff on everywhere. I especially like to use this on days when I'm doing kind of a mom makeup look. I actually have a video planned for you guys soon. Maybe we'll pull this thing out and I'll show you guys how I use it. It's really just a basic look with a little bit of foundation, a little bit of highlighter, some mascara, and some brows and gloss. That's kind of like the basics, but I like to go kind of overboard with my highlighter on those sort of no makeup days. Just really focus on the glowy skin. This is a fun palette to do that with because you just can't screw it up. It's so good. I can't recommend it enough. It's affordable. I think you can find this for even not on sale. I want to say it's under $15. It's definitely under 20, but sometimes you can find this thing on sale for like $8, and these pans are amazing. It will last you your entire life. If you like an intense highlighter, don't sleep on this one. But I did try out a couple of new things from them more recently that I have been really impressed with. The mascara I mentioned in my favorites video a couple of days ago, probably. This is their Bold Ego Volume Mascara. I am wearing on my eyes today. I do have a set of half lashes on, so it's kind of deceptive, but I love this mascara, mostly for how it wears. It's very budge proof, does not run, and I have had the most watery eyes lately. There's something in the air right now that is giving me insane allergies. I do get allergies in the spring, but I've never had allergies like this. Even some of my kids are having issues with the watery eyes. I'm literally on Flonase, Benadryl, the allergy eye drops. Nothing can stop my eyes from watering lately, but this mascara, even when my eyes are watery and itchy, does not budge. It does not come off. But I can still get it off with warm water and soap. It just takes a little bit more time to kind of scrub at it. I love it though. It's a really good basic mascara that wears really well. If you have issues with mascara smudging or flaking, highly recommend trying this one if you can get your hands on it. Also, I'm growing to love their brow gel. This is their Mega Hold Laminate Brow Gel. Very interesting product. I featured this in the BH Cosmetics video I did a couple of weeks ago for you guys. It's basically like a glue. It really does remind me of Elmer's glue, just the texture of it. I mean, I felt a lot of Elmer's glue in my days, but it kind of feels like that. It's sort of clear. I'll just take a dot of this, rub it between my fingers, really press it into my brows after I filled them in, and then just brush it through. It sets down really nice and clear. It doesn't get like the white cast that some products can get. Like, it stays nice and clear. It doesn't look too wet though, so your brows still kind of look natural, but it does not budge. Very impressed with it. And I want to say when I bought this, it was on sale for like $3 or $4, which is such a deal. And then of course, any of their eyeshadow palettes. Honestly, you can't go wrong with them. Their Zodiac palette, Avocado palette, the Hanging in Hawaii palette, I absolutely love. I love this new Lost in Los Angeles palette that I've had on my desk for the last 2 weeks and really been enjoying. Very colorful though, just be warned. Yeah, fantastic stuff. They've had a lot of changes over the years, but everything new that I've tried, I've been really impressed with, and they never disappoint with their eyeshadow palettes or their highlighters. Okay, ranked at number 3, I am going to go with the brand Essence. I love Essence products. Their packaging is not the best. I actually think that the LA, well, I haven't tried out a ton of like plastic packaging things from LA Girl, so I could be wrong about that, but BH Cosmetics packaging is really good because they typically do the cardboard packaging. This is where things start to get tricky, is with the clear plastic drugstore packaging. I don't just mean these brands specifically, but kind of all drugstore brands, this tends to be a bit of an issue. Essence definitely has this problem on occasion. This is just one of their products that I love. They're the blush and befitting. I am wearing this on my cheeks today. So beautiful, so cheap, $3.99 I think, and some beautiful colors. This comes in some really good shades. You guys know about their Pure Nude highlighter. Same issue with this one right here. Fantastic. Absolutely love this highlighter. It is so, so good, even after all these years and all that I've tried. I mean, it's not the level of intensity that you get with something like this, but if you like a more natural, kind of sheer, not so sparkly highlighter, this one is gorgeous. Their eyeshadows are really good. I've tried a few crappier eyeshadow palettes years and years ago, but I kind of feel like they've come a long way. You guys know how much I and everyone else loves their little 6-pan palettes. Now, packaging wise, I actually think the packaging on these is really good. They're really good quality. I don't foresee that these are going to break because they just are a different, they don't feel as brittle as the clear plastic packaging that you often get with drugstore makeup. The only downside to the packaging of these ones is the print on them does rub off very easily. I am wearing these two on my eyes today. Love this eye look. They're so good. You cannot beat these. Super travel friendly. They come with a mirror. I mean, a palette for like $4 that comes with a mirror and is really good quality. That's just unheard of. I also really like this palette that I recently picked up, the Berlin palette. Really nice, pretty smoky neutrals. Their 8-hour matte lip liners are amazing and nice and long wearing. My only and biggest criticism with the brand Essence is they have some really great stuff and have over the years that gets discontinued rather quickly. This is one thing that I'm going to point to as an example. The Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, this stuff was so cheap. I love how this wears on my skin. It took me a while to fall deeply in love with this. I finally mentioned it on a video only to find out literally when I posted that video that this was being discontinued. I don't even think you can find it anymore. So sad. But Essence, sometimes their stuff doesn't hang around forever. So if you fall in love with something, there is a risk that you won't be able to get your hands on it for very long. Coming in at number 2, we're going with the brand e.l.f. I feel like everybody loves e.l.f. e.l.f. is like the brand for the normal girl. I know, what do I mean by normal girl? I mean the person that doesn't watch a ton of YouTube makeup videos, like the casual makeup user. Everyone I talk to, they're like, oh yeah, I use that stuff from e.l.f. or I've tried that thing from e.l.f. And I think the reason why is because their makeup is so affordable. But it's not just affordable, it's usually really good. e.l.f. does have a special place in my heart because they are the brand to which I attribute my initial introduction into the makeup world. Do you guys remember when e.l.f. came onto the scene and they had the $1 makeup that would occasionally go on sale and you could buy things for like anything there for like 50 cents. They do a buy one, get one free. Back in my very young adult days when I had a really young family and we were dirt poor, I remember ordering a ton of makeup from e.l.f. for like $30 and just having such a fun time playing with it. This was also around the time that YouTube came around. So that's kind of what created the hobby that I now share with many of you. So I love e.l.f. for that reason. They've come a long way though. I mean, their initial stuff was good, but I think their formulas have come a long way. They have really good formulas and products and colors. Even their packaging is pretty good, but they still have done a pretty good job keeping their prices low. They're not $1 anymore, but I still think they're lower compared to some other drugstore makeup brands for the most part. So just a couple things to mention today. This is one of the things that's not that affordable, but if we're comparing it to Charlotte Tilbury, and I do think this product compares product-wise very well to the Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte, which is like $50. This thing is around $13, the Halo Glow filter. I'm wearing this under my foundation today. It is fantastic, so beautiful. I also have on their hydrating concealer today. So, so good. I went double on the bronzer today and went with both the Putty bronzer and the Forever Sun-Kissed bronzer, which are both very good as well. I love them. Pulled my Halo Glow setting powder back out recently and been really enjoying this. Their bite-sized palettes, the cheek palettes, the eye palettes, and even the brow palettes are all amazing. Super affordable. I think they're $3 a piece. Even their brow products. They have some great affordable brow products. Today I'm actually wearing their Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade, oh gosh, I can't read that, taupe. I kind of forgot about this brow pencil. I love slim brow pencils, but this is one that I forget that I even own. I just have so many. It's so good. There's not a lot of product inside here, but again, it's like $5. I really like their CC cream. They even have a couple of mascaras, and for years I did not like any of their mascaras, but I have found a couple that I really enjoy now as well. Their cream and powder blushes are good. Their lip glosses are good. The only thing I haven't tried from them, and I don't even know if they make them, I haven't seen them at any of my drugstores, are a lip liner. I would love to see e.l.f. make a long wearing lip liner. Oh man, so many hits, so affordable. Pretty much all of their makeup, with the exception of just a handful of things, is under $10, which is kind of hard to find these days at the drugstore. And some of it is well under $10. Definitely a brand that I think we all recognize deserves to be at the top of this list. And that leads us to my number one budget makeup brand. Can you guys guess what it is? You probably can. Yes, it's Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild so much. And this is where like Wet n Wild and e.l.f. I kind of was back and forth on, okay, I love them both, but my heart has to go to Wet n Wild because their products are so good and they are all so affordable. I mean, e.l.f. stuff is all affordable, like $7 is a pretty good price. But then you go over to Wet n Wild, especially if you're buying it at Walmart or Target, it's like $3. You can find a bronzer there for $3 or $4, whereas the e.l.f. one's a little bit more. I do think e.l.f. has better packaging. So if you're a big packaging snob or packaging's kind of your thing, e.l.f. generally has better packaging than Wet n Wild. You might have some issues with some of the Wet n Wild packaging, but their products themselves are so good. Lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses, highlighters, bronzers, blushes. Actually, do I have a Wet n Wild blush? Make a cream blush, Wet n Wild, and then we'll talk. I would love to see that. They do have some powder blushes that are pretty good. I don't love them, but they're good. But they also have foundations and concealers. Today I'm wearing the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. So amazing. Not the most long-wearing foundation, but if you just want something that's gonna look really good on your skin for a few hours, you like something with a little bit of glow, this stuff is gorgeous. You know I love their Color Icon palettes, the 5 and the 10 pans. They are amazing. I also wanted to mention their sponges. I use these things all the time. I love the shape of these. They're kind of nice and fat, so they're large enough that you can blend things quickly, but they come to a really nice point. So if you want to use them to blend out your concealer or put concealer or primer on your eyelids, they work really well for that as well. They wash up really well. They hold up for a decent amount of time. They're super affordable and so easy to find. You can find these at almost any drugstore. I love them. I don't talk about them much, but I use them more than any other beauty sponge. Today I'm wearing 2 of their products on my lips. Do you guys remember their Liquid Catsuit High Shine lipstick in Send Nudes? This stuff is so good. I've really neglected this I've actually had this for like 2 years. I should probably replace it. Maybe it's been more than 2. It's probably been like 3. So here's just a little swatch of it on the back of my hand. This is one of the most perfect shades of nude. It's not too light, it's not too pink or too brown or too peach. It's like a mix of all of those attributes together. It's so pretty. It's kind of like a hybrid lipstick lip gloss, so you get a little bit of shine and also a lot of color out of it. But then on top of that, I also add a little bit of lip gloss. It's just one of their Mega Slicks, really cheap lip glosses. I think this one is called like Champagne or Candlelight, or it's the clear one with the sparkles in it. This one is my favorite. They're really good as well. Super, super affordable. I mean, I think you can get these for like $1.99 at Walmart. And then this, we don't need to say much about this, right? It's my third hand right here. So much good stuff. They have a brow pencil that I think is pretty good. Gosh, I feel like I'm missing some other things. They have some other lipsticks that have been around a long time that I really like. But just in general, I think their quality is great. I like their Precious Petals highlighter. I didn't pull that one out. I also really love their Sunset Striptease bronzer. And again, most importantly, everything is way under $10. I don't think I've ever bought anything from Wet n Wild that was over like $6, which is amazing. You can get a foundation from Wet n Wild for under $6 or $7, which is just incredible. But that's gonna do it, you guys. Those are my top 5 budget-friendly makeup brands. What did you guys think of my list? Are you outraged that I didn't include one of your favorite brands? I'm sure there's some brands that I'm missing out on, so let me know what those are. You guys know how much I love affordable makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching today. Let me give you one final reminder. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to do that before you leave, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Mandy, who cares? Someone mowing? That sounds more normal to me than they're the brand to which I doth